Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lauren Fix and this is Car Coach Reports. Now, those of you that know me and have been watching my channel for a while know that I'm a big fan of Mini, the whole brand. I've had Minis since 2002. And those of you that love Minis, who have done Mini Takes the States, which I have done literally every year it's been here, and coming up for 2020, very much looking forward to it, get to meet some of the coolest people, and that's you, Mini Cooper owners, because once you buy a Mini, you're part of the Mini family. And this experience, Mini Takes the States, is a blast. If you haven't seen it, check it out online, MTTS, which is Mini Takes the States. And every year, Mini, the corporation, funds getting people all the way back to the original Minis, getting together and having it as a family event. And it's awesome. It is really an experience. I brought my kids on it for the last 4 years, and each of them now own Minis. My daughter lives in Manhattan, easiest car to park, and my son lives here. So we've all been Mini enthusiasts, great on the track, great on the street. This is the new 2020 Mini Cooper Clubman. This is the one with the split rear doors. We're gonna give you a Car Coach Reports rating, let you know what you think about this car, because it is a unique vehicle. And once you own one, you learn about the Mini wave. Anytime you see someone coming at you owns a Mini, you wave, they wave back. It's really cool. I haven't seen that since years ago with Corvettes. They used to have something called the Corvette wave. Remember, when you buy one of these, you've joined a community. They've got everything from Facebook pages to you name it. So part of the experience of owning a car like this is the people. And this car is a German vehicle underneath. Remember, BMW owns Mini. And we'll talk about that in the design and the quality of Mini as we go through our ratings. Now we're going to talk about performance first. We'll go through all the different handling, safety features, and so forth, and then we'll give you a Car Coach Reports rating at the end. Let's go for a ride. I'm pretty excited, can you tell? Under the bonnet, which is a hood in many other vehicles, but it is a bonnet on this particular car, is a 2-liter twin turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. It has 189 horsepower and 207 pound-feet of torque, which makes this a very zippy car and a blast to drive. In sport mode, this is a spirited drive. 0 to 60, little bit of torque steer, but fun, fun, fun. You know, in the regular mode, it is a bit anemic. I'll prove it to you, and you'll see what I'm talking about in that mid mode. Of course, in the green mode, it's not going to be performance oriented. Driving it in the mid balanced setting every day, you'll find that you can see it's got a little bit of lag because of the twin turbos. It would have been smarter if they took one of the turbos and used it to boost you off the line and the second one to keep you going, but the way it was designed, they didn't do it that way. So I prefer to drive it in sport mode, and everyone I know that has one of these cars drives it in sport mode. And that gave it a performance rating of an 8. When it comes to handling, these little cars are pocket rockets. They are a blast on the track. I have passed so many cars in driving these cars on a racetrack that the expensive cars get mad. You can pass a Porsche on the inside. It's crazy. Let's check out the turning radius in this car. You'll see it is super tight. You can get into super tight areas. I love this about the Minis. They're great for parking on the street. If you put it on a racetrack, you'd be so impressed with its capabilities. Of course, the John Cooper Works is the best, and they do have aftermarket parts to make these things absolute rocket ships and fun race cars. So when it comes to handling, it's very German. It's very specific, and I really think with the tight turning radius, it deserves an 8. Forward collision warning is now standard, which I think is really important when it comes to buying a small vehicle. You want to be safe, and they've added a lot of safety features. Remember, this is a BMW. All-wheel drive, which is actually a safety feature if you live in cold climates, is a true improvement for this vehicle. These are actually really safe cars. And a quick story, my son was in an accident in a Mini. Somebody hit him. It was a 2009. Airbags went off everywhere. He walked away without anything but one little scratch. Truly impressed me, showed me that BMW really has their hands in the DNA of Mini, and for safety, I gave it an 8. Visibility is such an important feature when it comes to any vehicle because seating comfort, visibility are critical. But when it comes to visibility, you've got a really upright piece of glass, which may seem good or bad. It's just different. And again, that's part of the design. We'll talk about that later in our ratings. but low sills, easy to see. If you're shorter, you won't have a problem. The one part of visibility that I have a problem with this Clubman, and it's not on all the Minis, but on the Clubman, is you've got those two doors, and in back there's a center beam. Yes, there's two doors, so the beam has to be there, but there really isn't much visibility, even with the three headrests in the back going sideways is fine. It's important to note that it does impact your rear visibility, so you'll have to use your side view mirrors. The rear view mirror, not so much. I give it a visibility rating of a 5. The seats in the Mini Cooper have memory setting. They also have four-way lumbar, both driver and passenger side. These seats are comfortable. There's also a thigh support that's adjustable, and that's really good if you've got long legs. They designed this car for someone who's really tall or really short, and with the adjustability of the steering wheel and the seats, they've done a really good job. Remember, they're competing with a lot of vehicles, although Mini really never had a direct competitor. Let's take a look at the second row. One of the things I love about the Mini Clubman is the space you get inside. You would not believe how much legroom there is. This seat is set for me. I'm 5'8". Look how much knee room I have. Crazy. And there's pockets in back. As far as headroom, if you're over 6 feet tall, that might be a problem. But if you're tall, you can fit in the front seats. In the doors, there's tons of storage for big bottles of water, power lift windows, and Harman Kardon audio is back here. One of my favorite setups. Now, as far as fitting 2 back here, great. 3 might be very tight. When you pull down the center console, there's a nice armrest. These do recline, which is really nice. And then, of course, I'm not really a fan of the plasticky cup holders, but you're better off using the ones in the door. This is at least an option. And the seats fold down. Well, you have tons of room. Seating comfort, as I said, impressive. 4-way lumbar on both front, driver, and passenger side. Memory seats as well, giving it a seating rating of an 8. Pretty impressive. Earlier, we took a look at technology. This center screen really has everything you need. In the older vehicles, they used to have the speedometer in the center, which was fun. But now they've moved the speedometer and the tach here to the center, so when you move the steering wheel up or down, it moves with you, so the steering wheel doesn't block it. Well thought out. It's jamming, as they say. I really don't like these head-up displays that are a piece of plastic that come up and down. Either have it in the glass or don't have it at all. It's always been one of those things that infuriates me. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, it's there. Harman Kardon audio, it's there. So technology has really got some good stuff, including paddle shifts. I mean, just a lot of cool things, and part of that is features, but when it comes to technology, they've done a good job putting in that BMW technology that makes it easy to use. A lot of people don't like it. I personally do like it because you get used to using it, and we pretty much drive everything. So for technology, I gave it an 8. Features are really important when you buy a car. You buy the car because you like it, it meets your needs, you like the seating comfort, visibility, but then you want all those goodies. And part of that might be wireless charging. It's not there, but there is multiple ways to charge, which is good. You have a center console, which is small, but it does the job. Soft touch everything, so they've done a great job there. Not a fan of the head-up display, like I've said, but a great audio system that's well balanced. As far as features, there's a lot to add on, and that can make this car really pricey, especially if you're looking at a John Cooper Works. But everything getting is of such a great quality. Soft touch materials, real leather, nice design, especially I love these white seats with the gray piping and the gray stitching. I remember they have so many different things. They have like an Autobahn design, and they'll have some sort of other unique design that comes out every year that makes it special. It's like a 1 year, we have special wheels or special something. So make sure you look for all of those different packages that will actually save you some money in some of those features. But as far as features, I gave it a 7. Part of the uniqueness of Mini is the design. It is unique. It is what they call the DNA of the Mini brand. And part of that is the headlights, how it's integrated into this particular vehicle. When you go down here and look at this vent, it's for looks. The S has it, the non-S doesn't. The John Cooper Works is different. So if you're looking at a JCW, as they call it, you're going to see different situation. Part of this does not even function. It's just there for looks. But there is ventilation here for the front end. There's driving lights that are available, and of course that S logo that makes it so unique. But when you're looking at the design overall, they've continued that same look down the sides, alloy wheels, very unique and small packaging. And for design, I gave it a 9 because it really deserves it. The this is a fun car. When you're looking at some of these hot hatches and some of these small compact cars, you are not giving up anything. Now, yeah, you're paying in that $20,000 range to start, and of course it goes all the way up whether you have the S or the Cooper Works. I personally prefer manuals, which are not going to offer very much longer. So if you're thinking about a Mini, make sure you look, because the dealer will tell you when they're going to stop making manual transmissions, which I think is a huge mistake. They'll probably end up bringing it back because Mini Cooper enthusiasts will complain. Now let's look at the quality of the build. You're looking at quality of panel gaps, they're the same. The way the glass is put together, every single detail, both inside and out, the materials are real, the stitching is real. They've done a great job with the quality, and I have to say the materials and everything together, when you blend that with the design, it deserves a 9. Sorry for the rhyme, I guess that wasn't intended. When you're in tight parking spots, having that remote control to press once to get that side, again to get the other side, is really great when you're in New York City trying to get parking spots. Now when you look at the back seat of this vehicle, it is a 60-40 split, but the center can also go down, which is great. You've got this cover, which covers things up, especially with packages. But underneath, there's even more hidden storage. There is no spare on Mini Coopers. They've always had run flats, and that's really important to note. Those tires are not cheap, and that does hurt the value just a little bit, because you have to know those replacement tires are not low priced. However, storage underneath is great. It's got a nice well here underneath. And overall, I've really always been a fan of this car because you also have storage in the back doors. One of the things that I've said is really cute is I love the little wiper blades, just little guys. The Clubman is a great vehicle because it's 4 doors. Easy to get things in the back, tons of storage. You put those seats down, you'll be shocked what you can get into the back of this vehicle. But when it comes to value, based on the price and all the add-ons, especially if you want a John Cooper Works, you start looking at all those costs, I give it a value score of 7. Now, don't get me wrong, I love this vehicle. Mini makes such great product. They're fun, they're spirited. You can make them any way you want. You can buy Union Jack stickers for the hood. You can customize them any way you want. And of course, you get a community. That's why I give it a total score of 78. Now, we've driven all of their competitors, including the Volkswagens and other cars in that category. If you are a Mini Cooper enthusiast, you've been to Mini Takes the States, tell everyone how great it is. Put that down in the comments below. If you've owned a Mini and you will never own another one again, I'm kind of curious. This is a community. We want to share in the information, and it's good to do that. Like I said, I've owned like 6 of them over the years, and those of you that have owned quite a few of them, you understand why I'm so passionate about them. But those of you that don't, maybe you don't own one, maybe you didn't buy one, I want to share that with you as well. Check out all the other competitors that are in this category. There are quite a few. You should test drive everything. Check your insurance ratings. That's going to be a huge impact all the way around. And of course, we appreciate your support on our Patreon page. Follow us on social media. Don't forget to comment. We will reply, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks so much. Take care.